welcome to Mike and Dave. So here we have another very exciting week. Why, Dave?
Of Mike and Dave.
Oh, yeah.
We are playing Dear Esther.
Amazing game. If you are curious, like me, like a kitten, this is the game to play. Because we didn't get very far, and holy fuck, I just want to find out what happens.
Yeah, this might be one of the games we go back to, I think.
What?
I think so, 'cause I didn't actually get to play this game.
No, I played it.
Yep.
I'm a fucking hog.
No, it's fine.
No, Dave told me he didn't want to play. He said it looks gay. And then all of a sudden, he sat down. He was just as intrigued as I was eventually.
Yeah. It was, I don't know. Like, you'll see the gameplay won't seem so intriguing until about near the endish. There's a little thing we'll point out if you don't see it yourself.
Yeah.
Fuck, we might see it again before that because we didn't see it until that one point.
Well, I noticed it in the corner of my eye, but I didn't think of anything until I actually looked at it. I'm like, holy fuck, there's something there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is. Oh, I guess we're kind of doing a report on it. This is a really interesting game. It's not like if you're only into action games, this isn't really like a game for you. But you know, this is a game for like to intrigue your curiosity.
It's a game of discovery.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. There's a narrative going along. You'll see the text for it, so you can read it if you want to.
Yeah, the text it's there pretty long, so you have plenty of time to read it. Like we can't skip it. But
I recommend that.
A seagull. I never noticed it. That's why he ducked. Oh, I went back to the door to be like, why'd he duck? What the fuck? I never did. He ducked because of the seagull. I understand now.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're going to play this game, I recommend that you do it if you're willing to discover.
Yeah. I don't know. It might also be like we didn't get very far. It could also be a horror type game. I don't know.
Yeah, there's more to this game than we figured out.
Yeah, but
that's why I said this might be one game that we actually go back to sooner rather than later.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that, how was Dave today?
I am fan-freaking-tastic, actually. Yeah.
I've calmed down a bit since earlier.
Oh, man. They got my adrenaline pumping. You want this in the fridge?
Oh, the reason why it's not doing anything right now? Yeah, I'll probably put that in the fridge. Is because I was trying to dip pork rinds into vinegar. It wasn't working.
First time he's ever had pork rinds, by the way.
Yeah, they're pretty good. You know, I was watching on YouTube the other day some top 10s of things.
Okay.
I watched top 10 strongest superheroes, I think, or super people, like villains, heroes, all combined into one.
Top 10 super people.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know the actual title, but that's what I'm going to call it.
Okay.
So basically, their number 10, I kind of agree with it, but their number 10 was Hulk.
So 10 being the least of the 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
But you're going to understand why eventually. I don't know, like, all of them. I think 7 was Thor, which, you know, when you compare Thor directly to Hulk, I would say Hulk is stronger, but you got to take into fact that Hulk becomes Bruce Banner eventually. He can't always be the Hulk. So, obviously, Thor has that advantage. And Thor does beat Bruce Banner.
Thor is not a super person, per se. He's a god.
Well, he's still technically a super person.
I know, but I'm just putting that out there.
Yeah. But he's not really immortal.
Okay.
One thing, though, in their list that I didn't agree with is they put Doomsday above Superman. It's I can sort of understand it, but at the same time I didn't. But they put Dr. Manhattan as number 4, Superman at number 3. I would put Dr. Manhattan.
Dr. Manhattan. You would put Dr. Manhattan above Superman?
He goes and creates life in the universe. He can, see the future through tachyon particles. He's got, you can't even kill him. I think matter just goes through him.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
So, the list is based on who's more super?
It's not based, it's so, who's basically, with everything they have, is the strongest.
So, they put Mr. Manhattan as number 4.
4, Superman is 3.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, just because Superman can be beaten by magic.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that fact, I might agree with it, but the fact that he can be beaten by magic... Yeah. Oh, this part, Mike was challenged by Wes from WMD to swim. He's like, I can go in the water, but... No.
Wes said I couldn't, and I'm like, fuck that, I can.
Guess who was right?
Drowned and died.
You totally can. I guess you were right. You shouldn't.
Do you know who they put as their second and first?
I want to know, actually.
Second, they put Thanos.
Okay.
Right? Because he has the gauntlet.
Yeah.
So you can't disagree with that. First, You could probably guess it. He's like the strongest of all time. His ultimate goal is like, well, Thanos' ultimate goal is to destroy everything he goes through. But their first goes through the universe, destroying, eating planets.
It's Galactus.
It's Galactus. I totally agree with Galactus being first. He can't. He gets defeated, but it takes like groups and groups of people. Most of the other ones can be defeated by one person.
It's not defeated. It's just I don't like the fact that. I mean, well, I guess. Oh man.
How do you disagree with that though? Like,
okay. So 4 was Dr. Manhattan, 3 was Superman. So that's both DC, right?
Yeah.
And so the top 2 are both Marvel.
Yeah.
And they're both villains.
But I would still like Dr. Manhattan. He should be. I'd probably put him above Thanos.
What was their region of super people?
Well, it's basically like put like all their abilities in comparison to all the other ones. Like,
I don't think Dr. Manhattan should even be in the list.
Why not?
Because there's no way to compare his abilities to other abilities of super people.
Why not?
Because he never really faced anybody. He's never really had the challenge of actually having to fight somebody.
Well, I guess because in the whole...
And I mean, if they put Thor at 7, where did they put Odin?
He didn't make the list.
He didn't make the list.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Odin is the Allfather, right?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean...
He can just take Thor's powers away.
He could take Thor's power away just like that.
He didn't make the list. He wasn't even an honorable mention.
No?
No. Magneto was an honorable mention. The Phoenix made the list.
I was going to say, there's another person who's missing. The Phoenix.
Not Jean Grey, but the Phoenix.
The Phoenix itself, yeah. Fuck Jean Grey. I'm sorry. What about Wolverine? He wasn't in the list either?
He was an honorable mention.
He was an honorable mention, but not in the list.
No. He's still pretty... You can't really... Like, Wolverine can be decapitated. No one's ever... I don't know if anyone's... Don't quote me on this, but he's never been decapitated as far as my knowledge goes, so nobody knows if he can be. But Deadpool supposedly got his powers from Wolverine, and he got decapitated and lived through it.
Yeah, well, he didn't live. Deadpool has died many times.
Yeah.
Obviously, he has a relationship with Lady Death, so...
Yeah. So, obviously, like, Wolverine, supposedly if you decapitate Wolverine, he is dead. But nobody's really ever tested that. You know, like, he's had his adamantium skeleton ripped out of his body and lived that. But he was an honorable mention. Magneto was... Magneto ripped it out of him. Clean out.
Did he put it back in him?
No, somebody else did.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say, because from what I know, and I could be wrong, and you guys can tell me if I'm wrong, but in X-Men 2099, Wolverine's still there, but all it is his skeleton. That's it.
He gets it back. Right after it gets ripped out, somebody else puts it back in him.
That's pretty much my knowledge of Wolverine.
I was watching some more top 10 lists.
Okay, let's keep going with the top 10. Nothing like top 10s.
Top 10s.
If you're going to do this, you should mention which and where you watch these top 10s.
I actually could probably get that. Keep talking, Dave.
So, I remember last week I made a comment about...
Hardcore gamers. And then this week, before you say anything, let me finish my sentence. And then you can say whatever you want.
I was talking to Mike, and I was trying to convince him to play a Final Fantasy game that he has not played. And in my argument, I was a complete hypocrite. And I said that if you're going to call yourself a hardcore gamer, you have to have played at least one Final Fantasy. Which made me hypocritical, because last week I had said even if all people play is Call of Duty, they're still hardcore gamers. Yeah. But the reason that I had said that was strictly to convince Mike to play Final Fantasy.
I have played Final Fantasy games, so to say you have to play a Final Fantasy game is also another hypocritical step too.
I just really wanted him to play FF10.
FF10. I've never played FF10. A lot of people are probably mad right now.
I don't think they're mad. They probably don't care.
They probably don't care.
Someone cares. But I've been playing the remaster, the HD remaster, and that's all I'm about right now. That and House. Did they have it? Did you forget? Did they have it? No?
Okay. It was by WatchMojo.com.
WatchMojo.com.
Yeah. Okay, so what it was top 10 powerful comic book characters.
Top 10 okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. Another one I watched was top 10 fastest characters. So this goes into movies, cartoons, and everything. Their number 10 was Powerpuff Girls.
Fastest?
Fastest.
Powerpuff Girls, okay.
They obviously, I don't know if they deserve to meet the list, but obviously they are super fast. You cannot deny that. Their top one, undeniable, you probably just guessed what it is.
It's the Flash.
Of course.
Of course.
Who else is going to be the fastest?
Are they basing this on who's the fastest or just who's more notably fastest?
I think by who's the fastest.
Who's the fastest?
I don't know if it's notably fastest. Because, probably... Because I'm pretty sure there are people faster than the Flash overall.
Yeah.
But
there is, but... I'm guessing Quicksilver made the list.
He did, of course. Of course, Superman made the list. Superman was placed above Quicksilver.
What do you mean above? Like, he's higher on the list than Quicksilver?
Yeah.
Well, he is fast, right?
Yeah. And then, another list that I watched. We're not going to argue about that. That's just the way that it is. Top 10 greatest Marvel supervillains. Okay. Thanos was number 9.
Okay.
If you could believe that. Galactus, I think he was number 7.
Okay.
Do you agree with that?
I need to hear number 1 before I make my decision.
I totally agree. My favorite superhero, one of my favorite supervillains. But before I get to number 1, number 3 was the Green Goblin.
Okay.
Right? They compared him to the Joker. Obviously, he's Marvel's answer to DC's Joker.
Okay, I don't know if I agree with that.
We'll just compare their personalities.
Even then, I don't know if I can.
The way they make, the way the Green Goblin makes, Peter or Spider-Man, Peter Parker, make choices and such. He always gives them you either do this or this. There's no, and you're gonna have to really strain yourself. I know the movie isn't a good example, but it was in the latest Spider-Man series, not the latest one, but the one before that. Where he's standing on the bridge and he's got the children in one hand and his girlfriend in the other. What's her name?
Okay.
And he's like, you have to make a choice. But anyways, I digress.
I don't know if I still agree. I don't know if I agree with that. But anyways.
I would agree. It's a little bit. But their first and final, you'll probably just agree because you actually like this character, Magneto. Number 1.
I don't agree.
No? As the top Marvel, not including DC.
So only Marvel villain.
Only Marvel villains.
I still don't agree.
Really?
I don't agree.
Oh. Would you put Thanos and Galactus above them?
I wouldn't put Thanos and Galactus, but there's so many good villains to choose from. There's Dormammu.
I'm blank.
You don't know who Dormammu is? And then my actual favorite Marvel supervillain is Blackheart.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
There's just something about him that I like.
See, I'm probably pretty biased because X-Men is my favorite comic book series of all time. Yeah. Wolverine, even before, this whole trend with Hugh Jackman.
Was Onslaught not in the list either?
I don't know if Onslaught was there.
But I'm not really sure if he's a super villain, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
This was super villains.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because Onslaught is Magneto and Xavier together, right? So,
Kingpin made the list. I think he was above Thanos and Galactus as well. But just because he started in the Spider-Man series, and then moved over into Daredevil, and he was, the top crime villain.
Yeah, and Hobgoblin was on the list. Just Green Goblin.
Just Green Goblin. Hobgoblin didn't make it. It was
Which incarnation of Green Goblin, though? Was it Harry's dad?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I don't agree.
No?
No. If it was Harry himself as Green Goblin, maybe. But I definitely don't agree with Harry's dad.
Why?
I don't know. I don't think it has the same pull as Peter Parker and Harry versing each other.
No, I guess maybe not. But it's just not comparing them with how, their abilities to fight or what kind of they bring to the table.
I'm agreeing with... I just think... Because like I said, it wasn't any abilities or anything. It's just the animosity between Peter Parker and Harry, I think, is greater than between him and Harry's dad.
It's just the schemes and stuff of Harry's dad are...
It's the best arch nemesis in any game. Not any game, but any comic, any superheroes. Always, they were best friends at first.
Yeah.
And then they became enemies.
Yeah. I.e.
Lex Luthor and Superman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry, I keep thinking. And there's the thing. I looked over at it. See it just in the peripheral, right there on the left side. At first I was kind of getting bored of the game, but as soon as that happened, my curiosity just skyrocketed. And then this is the point where I really became super interested in the game.
Yes.
I don't even, can't even describe how curious I am right now. You don't even have a clue.
I actually agree. This is where my curiosity peaked. This is also where my computer decided that it didn't want to handle this game anymore.
Yeah. You're going to notice in a bit that it's going to get a little more choppier as time goes on.
Yeah, it does.
Dave has this thing where he likes to turn his fan off.
Well...
Oh, I bet you he went... Oh, I just figured it out. Where the
up.
ghost went. I didn't realize that I could have gone up. I just went to the end and I was like, that's it.
Oh man, it sucks.
What?
The way it's lagging.
It's fine. It's fine.
Wait. We're still recording, right? Yeah, that's why.
Oh. Sorry, that's just Dave's fan.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, see,
yes,
I could have gone up there. That's probably where it went.
Oh,
fuck.
That's just going to make you want to play it more, isn't it?
I know, now I'm going to want to go up there. I figured, whatever. My whole goal was to go to that fucking blinking light in the background. It's the only place I wanted to be. So were you watching any interesting YouTube videos that you think we should
I have not
compare?
Watched YouTube much this past week.
Did we discuss what's your most favorite comic book character, period? Doesn't matter if he's superhero, supervillain, comic book character, period.
That's a tough choice.
Is it? For me, it's not. You already know the answer.
If you separated it DC Marvel, the choice would be easier.
Okay, separate
DC, it's easily the Joker. There's no question about it. Just hands down.
He would be my favorite supervillain for DC.
But yeah, favorite character. And then
Marvel. So many good ones to pick from Marvel.
I know. Marvel,
I already have
Marvel's
mine,
the hard one.
I've had the same favorite since I started, as a kid when I started watching the X-Men cartoons. That's when my favorite comic book character became known to me, and it's been him ever since. Since I was a wee lad.
Yeah, Marvel I can't even choose. But
really?
the thing I've noticed just now is that all my favorite characters are all villains.
Really?
Yeah.
Why don't you really like Magneto?
I like Magneto. But I don't really like Magneto comic book wise. I just think that Michael Fassbender does a good job of playing Magneto in First Class. I don't think you agree with me, but...
Well, I just don't... It's so hard because I didn't like First Class.
Yeah.
For me, that was a terrible movie. Just because, it doesn't follow the comic books, it doesn't follow the other movies, it doesn't... It's not X-Men in so many ways.
I don't know, but that's... But as Magneto as himself, in general, I'm not a big fan, I guess. But I mean, if I wanted to list off every character I liked in Marvel, fuck.
Me, it's Wolverine, hands down, even before Hugh Jackman craze. Always loved Wolverine.
You know, there's one character, I can't remember his name. He's from X-Men 2099. And he's a villain.
What does he do?
Everything he touches turns to ash. And I can't remember his name for the life of me, but he's up there. Fuck.
Dave,
I guess Deadpool's up there too. I really like Deadpool.
I like Deadpool. He's an interesting character, but I don't like him that much.
And I like the Spirit of Vengeance. Not Ghost Rider, but the next Ghost Rider.
Yeah. I would agree.
And I'm not basing this on movies. I'm actually basing this on the comic.
I didn't like the Ghost Rider movies.
No.
I'm just going to put that out there. I did not like the Ghost Rider movies. That was the end of that. So this is where we figured, you know what? Dave's computer was way too fucking hot.
No, it's not quite yet. You go into that little village area.
Oh, yeah.
It's so-called. It's quote-unquote village.
I don't call it a village. Some fucking idiot called it a village. Obviously doesn't know what a fucking town or village is. There's 2 fucking houses. Tell me this. This is not a fucking village. 1 house, 2 house, What the fuck? How the fuck, like, the other person in this building is an idiot.
Really?
Yes.
You just trying to get him to say something?
He doesn't need to fucking say anything.
I think he should come over here and kick you in the nuts.
Jesus Christ. Do you think this is a fucking village?
It could have been a village.
It's not a fucking village. There's 2 fucking houses.
It could have been a farming village. You don't know. We never got to see.
It's not a farming village. A farming village, a communal village is still going to have a few houses and a big fucking field.
Yeah, well, I mean, you only got so far before you seen the rest of it, right? This could have been the farmland.
No.
They could have been growing.
Really?
They could have been growing grapes here.
No.
It is a hillside. That's where you grow grapes, right?
Yeah, but you need... I don't know what the weather patterns are like here.
Let's start discussing weather patterns for grapes. You can't tell if this is a vineyard or not.
Well, I can't. Does it look similar to where they grow the grapes?
Oh, they're
in Kelowna?
sheep herding.
Oh, really? I don't fucking know. They could be doing that too.
Yeah, that's what it says, shepherding.
Mountain goats. Oh, there's a third house. Still, it's not a fucking village. I grew up in a village. There's like 50 houses. Possibly less.
Yeah, this is the part. Look at how laggy it is.
Look at that. Look at that lag.
So next week, guys, Mike and Dave.
You should make sure you have your fan running for this shit.
Probably. So this doesn't happen again.
Anyways, next week.
Peace.
More interesting conversation.
That was pretty good.